Hello to the Foundational Infrastructure Working Group meeting, 8th of May. So we will start with our agenda to review the PRs on our dashboard, look into promotions and talk about Noble getting GA. So the first on the dashboard is add GitHub actions for lint test. We have already 2 approvals. We discussed this last time about the failing checks. So still we need to fix the failing checks here. Yeah, then
yeah, I haven't had a chance to look into that at all.
You're waiting for review here. Yeah. No change. So we need review here. We agreed that this is something we will accept, and this is ready for review. Also, the merge conflicts has been resolved, so we just need. We are waiting for review. Also, no change in status. We had some discussions here about how the cache around the cache. So we are waiting for a reaction from Sebastian. You put already some questions, Aaron.
Yeah.
Okay, he will come back. Still more change. Yeah, also. Ruben, what is?
Yeah, no, I didn't have time for that one.
Okay, then.
I will put it in draft so it don't.
Yeah. Should I do it directly?
No, I will do it now.
Okay.
Where's that button? Convert to draft. There. Small link.
So this is now ready for review. Also, description has been updated. We have signed reviews. Are the people still active?
Yeah, I can ping folks internally. Is there anything about this that's waiting on the work for the prefix work in Bosch? I think the answer is no, but I'm.
Yes, I was. But this is about. It's about the dual stack. Yeah, I also don't think this is related to the prefix work. Yeah, there is another one, dual stack. it's related to this one. This in bootloader, which most probably parses the Terraform output. Okay, yeah, this is waiting for review. Then inbox. We discussed this one, and actually, Felix wanted to check. Yeah. Well, yeah, I will put this waiting for changes. So this was not the final. We said most probably this is not the final implementation we want to accept because there was a reason
Yeah.
to remove the flag.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. We are waiting.
Yeah, I think
We
ideally
also
there would
look
be,
into configure, right?
yeah, I think there would be ideally be a configure flag so that we don't disturb the
Mm-hmm.
the internal behavior of Ruby's config.
Some compliance stuff.
Yeah.
We have already an approval here. Most probably this should be good enough.
Yeah, I think that's probably good to go.
Yeah. Second, Ruben is so fast. Capacity reservation, group to Azure, and all properties.
Looks like it's dependent on that caching PR maybe.
Is the caching code?
Oh no.
This a different one. I assume the next release version will be. This is waiting for release of the CPI. It's related to this Azure Gallery support. So we didn't have any release since March.
Is CI still broken?
It's still not working as expected. It's in a pretty halfway state. This might be a good area for us to like think about whether we can get Azure access for
I thought that we
CFI.
have that. Like there was a thread with Chris. Didn't we have that?
I don't know. So there was a thread with Chris and you and I don't think we ever received credentials unless Chris Celzo did.
No, there's no credentials. He will just like add your email, like invite you to something, and then you should be able to log in with SSO.
We didn't get. I at least didn't get that. So.
I think I had that like a while back in the past, but then I couldn't log in because I couldn't log into with my Broadcom email, but that got fixed. And then so I was not able to accept the invite back then. So maybe ask again if we can get like explicitly ask if we can get a re-invited because something on the SSO side is fixed on the Broadcom
Okay.
side.
Ask Chris from the CFF.
Yes, bump in that thread basically.
Okay, cool.
I think an account exists. I think I just have never been able to accept an invite to it. But might be worth retrying.
I will assign reviewers here.
Yeah, I mean, there's not so much to review, right? We just need to wait for the release.
Yeah.
This is a change. Or what is this? I didn't look into that. This is
Oh,
just.
yeah, the docs, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. if, if someone reviews, it's fine. If not, we can just merge. We have. Okay. Yeah, we can include discussions. Yes. Prevent refetching of vendor goal packages.
Stack CPI.
This is for the Golang one.
So for the Golang, there is an approval. So from your side, you are not using the Golang one. You don't have expertise.
I mean, I've used Golang once or twice. This is just the packaging script, right? So all they're, I think, what this looks like to me is that somehow they were
They're
not.
just globbing.
Yeah,
They
they
were
weren't.
really specific in their globbing.
Yeah.
And now they are not.
Yeah.
Which makes sense, I guess. I don't know how this so probably there were some so what sometimes happens is that there are like C files or not C, but there's different files that are not like with a ending with a .go, and that one you want to also include.
Yeah. Yeah, we have also one rig. I think it's also we can
That's fine.
merge this. Yeah. Okay.
Wow, that's an active machine.
Almost per minute.
This should not be a controversial change, right?
Once per minute. Rotation of workflows using the random 1 minute. A random 1 minute.
Why are different why is persistent removed?
Was this the last sentence? This commit is also the one. No, I don't know why persistence. I think we should assign reviews there. They can try.
Yeah, sure.
I thought maybe it's an easy one, but You are already reviewing, so it's enough maybe.
Let's see. We'll at least have some
Okay.
discussion. I would like to understand and document why it's changed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. It also seems like this might be, it looked like it was more random across the time period, which maybe was important to a customer based on that comment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And this one is has conflicts, otherwise is ready to be merged.
Can you tag me on that? I'll need to take a look at it. The original contributor is no longer with Broadcom.
But still has created the PR in the open source. So I mean,
Yeah.
You are already a reviewer.
Yeah. Thank you.
or you could just do live. Uh, I mean, you can click resolve conflicts, right? Like, and just fix it.
We could try.
I mean, that seems doable.
So we need to both of them, or
Yeah, like I think both added a thing to a list, right? So we need
Right.
both.
okay.
Look at
That
us
looks
doing
promising.
things.
Wow.
And now stem cells are broken forever and ever and ever.
I think that looks good.
Mhm.
So it showed much. Yeah.
Mm. Let's go ahead and squash that.
First need to run some tests.
Yeah.
But you can you enable auto merge?
No. Is it an option here or somewhere else?
Well, it was, I don't know where that went. Maybe it's because it's checking for the ability to merge automatically. Yeah, maybe it's because of the checking. Oh, but it's also already like the acceptance tests have passed.
And what is this now? Here in there, well, we check the branch status. Ah, checking.
We're hanging in there, definitely hanging in there. But I mean, thanks. I would refresh the page. I don't believe the status message is actually doing things. Wait, what?
What's doing?
Why? Why is it taking so long? It's such a small change.
It's looking for much conflicts. I don't know. Oh,
I think it's waiting for for you to click OK on the EU cookie notice.
on which one? Okay, let's look into the promotions and I will come back here. So we have one. So one promotion of Johan as approval in the system logging and metrics. So it's a small area. We have already one approval here from Carson. I think it's
So
good.
he's not going from reviewer to approver?
Looks like he been working
We
in.
didn't run the script, right? We don't have the list of contributions.
No, I didn't run the script. But looks like they discussed with Carson. I don't know. I'm I think they're not
Um,
people want active.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's a bit of a dire situation, and I think Carson is also on his way out. So it would be good to have at least someone.
Yes.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
Yeah, I think this is the trigger for the.
Mhm.
He was been triggered by Carson. Jovan mentioned. That's why I see.
Yeah, makes sense.
And he's in the team on our side. We can call that part.
I know I've had what was it on the contributors day? I think you and I went ate something somewhere with him.
Yes, we've been walking around in Karlsruhe,
Yeah.
searching the others. Somehow it's the swollen one. Confirm much.
What?
It's
What's
already
happening with GitHub? Not
Check out
acceptable.
status.github.com.
Yeah, I checked, but there was nothing. Yeah, except for something about code spaces.
much is already in progress, and then much is already in progress. Something merging is blocked. Here, what's happened? Oh, all the approvals are gone in the PR here. Because I did the merge for so,
Stuff is definitely happening.
maybe we should stop poking around. Okay, I approved. We need another approval so that I can merge here again. Okay. Did this work now? The other one, what happened here? Okay, until this is working, I don't know why it's so small today. I opened another PR about so people who are inactive, but they have a role in our working group. You can check some of the people are from Broadcom. Maybe you can check whether
I mean, this should have pinged them, right?
it's already, I pinged them here.
Yeah. So that this should have pinged them. So they should have
Yes.
received an email. So I mean, it's up to
Yes.
them to go and
I was
respond.
uncertain about the this is a bot here.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah, I don't.
MySQL one.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I will ping the people in the MySQL channel internally.
Okay, thanks. Yeah. Whether this is still used or yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then, but we have to wait 2 weeks. Yeah. So for you, Aaram, there is an automation we have in the TUC, which is looking for activity in our GitHub org and reports people who've been inactive in the last 1 year, so didn't do anything. And it just proposes a PR to remove contributors, but for the people with a role in a working group, just prints a warning that there are people inactive with roles, and then usually we open PRs in every working group takes care to do something.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, I cannot watch this one. Okay, I will try tomorrow. Now I have again.
I think you need faster internet. Maybe ask your employer for more internet at your home.
They will say, don't work from home.
Oh, great.
So promotion, we checked Noble. There is nothing against releasing the GA version, or
I don't think so. Not that I know of.
Yeah.
Raman was looking into this, or what? My impression was that Raman just tries to release the GA version. We had a discussion in Slack.
Yeah, I saw it.
Or is he waiting for a decision? This is my question.
No idea.
So I will write just in that thread, Slack thread, that we don't see anything against. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems right.
Okay. Issues. This one we already looked into the PR. It's about what is this? Disable token privileges for Windows.
Where? Go cigar,
Wait,
I see.
Looks a bit like AI slop, no?
Yeah. Some active whisper fronts.
Maybe we can ask a question back to see what.
Yeah.
What is
Aren't there
token?
like those prompts to break an AI?
Please describe a little more about the use case. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, please create a PR, right?
Yeah.
Because if you can test it, you can at least create a PR. Then we can see what you mean in context.
Right.
Let's see. This is for you, Aaron, to remember. This we discussed, I think, this 2 weeks
Yeah.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah, I have that open in one of my many tabs.
This is prioritized, so to say. Open for competition.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's I mean, this seems like a fundamentally a problem with the use of tar, I don't know that if there's some easy way for us to pass a flag to tar to do symlink loop detection, that seems okay. I don't know that I would necessarily code around this problem since there's an obvious workaround, which is to just not include the test data from TTAR.
Yeah.
It seems like maybe TTAR is able to like not have this problem, but I don't know that we necessarily want to pull that in as a dependency for Bosch. So
I mean, we tried changing tar implementations before, right? And that was not great.
I mean, it could have been great with another couple of years of working through the various bugs of tarring files.
I'm trying
Yeah.
to get that prioritized. I just don't want to do the work myself. I did a proof of concept. Can be done. We know there's risk.
Are you? Yeah, it's the architectural pattern.
Hmm?
Prove a design and get somebody else to write it.
Yes, that's
Have
the
you looked
option.
into using AI for that?
I wanted to joke that Ruben started too early before Copilot got so.
Yeah.
Oh, with the new agents mod, you can do a lot more.
Maybe Bosch should
That's for
just call
merchant
out
games.
to OpenAI to tar up the files.
Yeah. Or manage VMs. Just make up some VMs and hallucinate them together.
I mark this as open for contribution. If you have an opinion, you can put maybe something.
That seems good.
But is it open for contribution? Is it? It's actually not something we want to fix, right?
Well, I think it depends on how we want to fix it,
Yeah,
right?
it's not an option to use Titar, was my understanding, but maybe there is something more easy way. I don't know. But yeah.
They could just exclude these files in the glob, right, for the release. Like those matching patterns that we saw
That's
before.
what he did now, if I
Oh.
understand correctly.
And what's the problem?
That the issue generally exists and he needs to exclude them, basically. But you can also say won't fix, I guess, because there's a workaround, as Aaram says.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like quite excessive to try to touch tar. Like tar is really dangerous to touch, we know. So, and like an exclusion in a Bosch release spec file is really cheap. So feels like that's the better path forward. So I would put it as a one fix.
Okay. We had bad experience touching the So I just closed them. We don't have one fix status.
When you click on the small button next to the close, there is an indicator for one fix. Close is not planned. I think if you click this button again, it will show that it's close is not planned or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah, up there it says close is not planned.
Yeah. Looks better.
Unless Ruben, you want to write up the replace tar epic and then fold this in as a requirement.
We
I'm
don't have.
having
I think
trouble.
you're muted.
Yeah, having trouble getting it prioritized.
I will check this. We don't have much time. Alex, do you want to discuss something? You joined.
I
or-
joined because I wanted to maybe talk about the PR for Bosch bootloader, but I saw that Ruben already approved it,
Yeah,
and
yeah, I
it's
was looking at it.
pending on some others to approve it still.
Yeah, I've pinged Ramon,
Yeah, cool.
and I looked at it during the call, but it looks. I mean, for the future, I would recommend making a separate PR for the like. There's a lot of reformatting, which seems like more linting related, and those are usually really big diffs. So I would put that in a separate PR. But I mean, we have this PR now, so it's fine.
That's why he made 2 different commits.
I see. Yeah.
So the Terraform format thing is a separate commit specifically for
just,
that.
like, in general, people like tend to find it hard to find the time to look at a big diff. So
Yeah, that's fair.
so I would just put it in as like if you want the IPv6 thing, you probably could do without the formatting changes, right? So make that a separate PR. So and also like if it's just a formatting PR, people usually review it differently.
Yeah.
Okay, noted for next time. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Maybe we can let AI review the formatting.
yeah, definitely.
Okay,
But
then.
it's just a bunch of conditionals and a lot of formatting changes.
Yeah.
It's a pity that GitHub shows you all diffs together and not the commits one by one by default. And while you could go through, many people don't. So noted that you, the working group, would prefer separate
I
commits.
mean, just people in open source are lazy, right? People
Yeah,
do that
that's
in
totally
their
fine.
spare
That's totally
time.
fine. Whatever
So
GitHub gives you, you take. And
yeah, you want to
I'm
do
totally
it,
on board with that.
make it as easy as possible for people
Yeah.
to click that green button.
Absolutely.
I finally managed to break GitHub.
Yeah, you've been on a roll today.
Nicely done.
Okay. So we've been discussing looking now in this bubble up gives error.
For the bubble thing, I can confirm that I have the same issue actually. Well, whether it was the same issue or not, I don't know, but BBL Terraform did not work for me. Workaround was though to just define the Terraform that I have on the side, and you define a path to that via end variable, and that also works.
Yeah, this is because it's embedded, right? The bubble Terraform, it's embedded in there, and then like you put it in a path, and then it's not signed.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
hard to get that to actually work.
One way
I
to
wonder-
do that could be to have a separate mode on the bubble binary that is like a subcommand that is Terraform, but that would be changing quite a bit of stuff.
Yeah.
So if
I wonder if
anyone
there
touch
is.
that, great, but otherwise I would say here's a workaround.
Yeah. I wonder if there is value long-term for bubble to do as you're saying and not include those binaries. I realize that kind of breaks the single unit thing, but especially if there are changes in the future with HashiCorp's license and depending on how bubble is being used, that might be a better
Those
long-term
changes we
strategy.
already had, right? And it's fine still for open source use.
Yeah.
I think there's also a few commands you can run to trust the thing. But then Bubble would have to call out, shell out to so it impacts that tarball or that file, and then it would also trust it.
Yeah.
Might be cheaper. A bit hacky.
Or compile Terraform to WASM and run it in a sandbox inside a bubble.
Perfect.
Sounds a lot easier.
Yeah. Open for contribution, I think, from Aaram.
So the workaround, Alex, do you want to write it down, or you want? Why? Was
641.
okay. Thank you. So I continue with the next one. So we just we open a archiving PR for this then. It's already archived, so we can close the issue.
Yeah, I
So,
think that issue can be closed. I think,
yeah, you see, okay, disable has been archived. It's already
yeah, I think that PR that I commented there
we cannot
is the stuff that contains.
I can put in done. We cannot close any the issue anymore because it's archived.
That's unfortunate.
We can archive it and close it and then archive it again.
Yeah.
You have that power, right, Ruben?
I
Yeah.
have
Should be
that
able-
power. I will go do it. Because
Thank
I'm
you.
annoyed. Oh, it's gone. Where is it?
It's
Stop it
done.
I put
Is it
on
done?
the change the
Yeah,
stuff.
I find it. I don't like a green thing in done. That's horrible. Hurts my eyes. And archive this repository. Ugh.
So this is open for contribution then.
One thing we should maybe note is that a bunch of the Bosch images are being relocated from Docker Hub to GitHub Container Registry. I think that's just maybe worth noting. It is closed. Thank you, Ruben. I feel much better.
Yes. Oh, there's another one. Should we archive Bosch workstation? It's also still green and done. I don't like that.
You got to change that automation to close all the issues if the thing gets archived.
That's a bit too much work. That's open for contribution.
Consider moving conflicts into this.
The thin line, right? What you can ask someone to do reasonably.
Yeah. So we have two repos, which don't need to be separate. We'll just move this to open to contribution. If I ever have free time someday, maybe I'll do it.
Okay. Okay, this one.
Yeah, I provided the
Okay.
workaround.
So should we close also with not planned or open for contribution?
It could be open for contribution.
Yeah. See what happens.
If somebody wants to fix it. I don't.
Okay, great. We managed. We have Noble here still, but when we have the release, we can close this one also. Oh yeah. Well, we have some optional tasks here still open. I don't know. We can decide what to do with those.
Yeah. The rsyslog error seems interesting. The PRs from Jammy.
I think this has
Is that resolved?
just to keep in mind to
Okay.
And this should be also done already. Consider removing. I think we removed everything what was possible to be removed.
Right.
Do we close it? Um, did we remove the, what was it? Clang again?
We did remove Clang. That ties in with the fpic flag to C flags a little
Yeah,
bit,
yeah.
because what we discovered was that the reason for the GCC compile being slow was because the optimization flag got clobbered by setting C flags.
This Noble needs to keep in sync with PRs from Jamie. Should we keep this open or this just reminder?
It was not, this is not something that has been automated, right? But also like keeping it here, it's not like it's gonna be
Yeah,
done.
if it's never going to be automated, then probably this can get closed. The last
Yeah.
time it was done was a while ago. I don't know if we need.
November 8th is here.
Yeah, so it's more like every PR we need to remember to also get it in for, yeah, we basically need it in both, right? For
Yeah.
Jamie and Noble.
Should we have an issue in the Bosch? Should we change the contribution markdown in the Bosch Windows Stem Cell Builder or Linux Stem Cell Builder to include that information?
Yeah.
Might be a good one. Yeah.
Who wants to take the action item?
I can do that today.
Thank you.
Well, what I'm going to do right now is create an issue in the Bosch Linux Stem Cell Builder and then we'll at least remember to look at it and notice that I didn't do it next week.
We have an action item for that. It's perfect.
Okay. Why is this like the checkbox here? Okay. Then we can close. This is continuous. So we have now only then what Noble no longer uses monits. Yeah, this I think we need to yeah, this need to be a epic, or I don't know what. And the Arceus walk, I think this has been fixed. Temp fix for and this is we are waiting for an official what's happening. It's jumping around. Confirmed and assigned.
So does this mean we're just going to wait for this to land upstream and pull it in? And it's not, this will, is there anything we need to do to address the workaround once this lands? Like if the workaround, so I didn't see what the workaround actually is, but if that,
The workaround.
okay, so presumably if TY, yeah, if this gets fixed upstream, this might fail, which is fine. We'll just have to remove this, right? If
Mhm.
yeah, if add user fails, if that user's already in the same group. Or in the expected group.
Yeah,
Oh.
but then you find this.
Then you find this
Issue.
thing and it's fine. I think this is okay. We have a workaround. We can,
Can be close, right? We just keep it. It's basically fixed, and we just keep it here for, I don't know.
Remember, I think we can keep it open. And
It's also fine.
yeah.
I'm fine either way.
Okay, we are over time. Then I think we discussed all. Is there anything else you want to discuss?
No.
Thanks for your time and take care.
Okay.
See you in 2 weeks.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Bye.